couple more minutes here for some more people to sign into it. We've got Blake Seed on with Wilson. He's going to be going over the slides. And so, we'll just get the start here. This is going to be recorded, so if you guys have questions later, you can go back to it. It'll be on our YouTube page. So with that, Blake, let me give you the presentation control here. And you should have control.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jeff. Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Blake Cease. I'm with Wilson Electronics. I head up our Certified Installer division, and that's primarily the opportunity that I'm going to be talking to you about today. So without too much further ado, I'll just jump into the presentation here. I think we just have half an hour scheduled. Is that right, Jeff?
Correct.
Okay. So everybody is always looking for a new opportunity, and the nice thing about our product is that it's a great solution to a problem. It's not just another gadget or neat thing to have, but it actually solves a problem that many of your customers may be dealing with every day. Let's see, I'm not sure how to advance the slides here, Jeff.
Should just be able to click on it with your mouse.
There we go. Thanks. So the problem that a lot of people face every day is that they've got a nice new home or maybe even an older home. They've got state-of-the-art home theater and automation. They've got the brand new iPhone 5, and they've got no usable cell signal inside. And the reason for that is, in some cases, is distance from the tower. A lot of times in some of the fancier neighborhoods where a lot of home integration is going on, they don't like to see cell towers popping up on them. So distant towers are an issue. Sometimes, most of the time, it's the building itself. There's a lot of modern construction techniques that cause the cell signal to be rejected. Radiant barrier liner, especially in the Southwest, in the Los Angeles area, you're going to see a lot of radiant barrier liner. It's designed to block UV radiation from the home. It does a great job of blocking radio signal from the home, which is your cell phone signal. Also, the cell phone signal is a very low power signal, so with this type of insulation in the home, it can really block it quite effectively. Stucco and chicken wire also makes an effective block. Combine that with low E windows, and or even in commercial areas, you're going to have heavier construction, concrete, metal framing, metal floor pans that hold the concrete floors. So all of this type of construction can be a real challenge to get a cell phone signal through. And then in some cases, you're up in the canyons. You've got trees and foliage. You've got foothills. All of these kind of things can also cause poor cell signal. So there's a great opportunity here. As you can see from this slide, the Cisco, Coda, Yankee Group are all projecting huge growth in data traffic on the cellular networks. So what that tells us is that more and more devices out there are smartphones or smart devices. I am attending a conference this week, and I just picked up a little tidbit of information yesterday that about 52% of all devices on the cellular network are now smart devices. So there's a big demand for availability of cell signal to fulfill that the use of those devices. It's not so much just making calls anymore, although in many cases that is the primary goal for a homeowner or for a business. So you can see that if you have the opportunity to solve this problem for a customer, that there is a huge opportunity here. Just a few tidbits on more on opportunity. CTIA, which is kind of the cellular industries organization, reports that there are 321.7 million cellular subscribers in the U.S. From the FCC, we find out that 80% of cellular traffic is initiated from inside of a structure. 82% of users experience connectivity problems. So it's very, very common. I'm in a big hotel here in Las Vegas this week, and my signal is terrible. I can hardly get emails, and difficult to make a call in some parts of the hotel. So who currently has the tools and experience to solve this issue? Typically, it's going to be you. Do you want your competitor, in this case, Dwight Schrute, to be the guy that they call to come out and solve that problem? They're going to, more and more people are becoming aware that there is a solution to this problem, and if you're positioned with the solution and the training to deploy it, it will give you an advantage over your competition. So the solution is a cell phone signal booster. It's a great solution in a lot of different applications, ranging up to 200,000 square feet or so. So anything in between, a very small home, like my own home, for example, where I depend on a booster, on up into commercial spaces, businesses, schools, hospitals. We've deployed our systems in all types of areas like that. But really the heart of that is you, the installer. And with our certified installer program, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about as we move forward through this presentation, you can get the knowledge that you need to deploy a system like this. So let me tell you just quickly about the benefits of a cell phone signal booster. Obviously, there's some obvious ones and some not so obvious ones. The really obvious one is that you get to use your device in areas where you couldn't before. That's a big plus. You can virtually eliminate dropped calls. Faster data speeds are available, right up to the fastest speed that the tower will provide you. One of the not so obvious benefits is that you get longer cell phone battery life. The smartphones that we have today are battery hogs. I constantly see people in airports and hotels, plugged in, sitting down, tethered to a wall, because they have to be plugged in because their phone is just out of batteries, or they've got the little extra battery pack on there. When you have a cell phone signal booster present, you're going to have a nice strong signal for the phone to use, and it will stay in to the cell tower, so the phone doesn't have to use its battery up so quickly. There's no internet connection required to use our product. In fact, in some cases, it can provide you with your internet connection. There's no extra contract. The device operates transparently on the network. The tower is essentially unaware that it's there. It thinks it's talking to the cell phone, which it is essentially. The other big benefit is happy customers. When you've got happy customers, you've got people who are talking about your services and providing that free word of mouth advertising. That's the most valuable advertising you can get. And then, of course, a new revenue stream for professional installers. So how do these things work? What are they? I've called it a signal booster. I think I've said amplifier. Both terms are true. Kind of the street name is booster. We found that when people do Google searches for our products, booster is one of the primary search words that they use, like cell phone booster or signal booster, something like that. But what it really is an amplifier. It takes an outside signal. You can see, I don't know if you can you see my arrow on your screen? Can you see my pointer moving?
No.
No, okay. Well, if you look at the graphic, you can see the outside antenna on the building. That talks to the cell tower, so that's a two-way antenna. It picks up and receives. I mean, it receives and broadcasts. And then in the green box down there, you've got the amplifier. That represents the amplifier. That adds gain to the signal. And then you've got an inside antenna that talks to the cellular device. So the whole system is bidirectional. It not only adds gain to the signal coming into the phone, but adds gain back to the signal going back to the tower. So that if you are in a distant location, you'll still be able to reach out and talk to the tower. And then coax is the kind of the lifeline that ties it all together. So you can think of it as three parts make one. So the whole system is comprised of the outside antenna, the amplifier, and the inside antenna, or possibly multiple inside antennas. And this is kind of what the components look like. You can see our outside antenna. That's our wideband directional antenna. It's a very good performing antenna. It's got great front-to-back isolation. It's very high gain, 7 to 10 dB gain depending on the frequency. It comes in either an N connector version or an F connector version, so you can use it with a 50 ohm cable or a 75 ohm like an RG6 cable. Very directional, about a 45-degree beam width. Easy to install. It comes with all the hardware for pole mounting, so it's really a super antenna. You can see in the middle there is the amplifier. That's basically what that looks like. You'll learn all about these components in depth in our certified installer training webinar. The inside antenna is a flat panel antenna, also a high gain antenna, about 7 dB gain, good front to back isolation, good radiation pattern to cover rooms very well. A typical system like you see here in front of you would cover, well, with this amplifier right that you see in this picture, we've covered very large areas. We also have inline boosters to make up for cable loss, things like that. So we've covered our, well, I have a slide on that. I'll get to that. I'll save that for later. You can see other components here that make up a system are taps and splitters. You can learn about those in our certified installer program, lightning surge protectors. Basically deploy all this using RG6 cable. Pretty straightforward, easy installation in most cases. No harder than installing a CATV system or satellite system. And this is kind of what it looks like, you know, graphically. You've got an outside antenna. Again, you saw this on the building before, but this is just another slide to kind of reinforce the basic installation of an in-home booster. As far as Wilson technology goes, we are the industry leader in cell phone signal boosters. There are other manufacturers out there, but nobody has the patented protections that our amplifiers have. Going forward, that's going to be very, very important. The FCC just came out with some new rules regarding cell phone signal boosters. They based those rules on the specifications of our amplifiers. They worked with us in conjunction with Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T to set these things up so that they don't interfere with the cellular network. They provide an end user with a solution to a problem and don't cause any problems on the cellular provider side of things. And as I said, we do hold multiple patents in those protection technologies. The amplifiers have a lighting scheme to tell you what's going on, so you know if they're malfunctioning. Well, I shouldn't say malfunctioning. If they're in a condition that is unacceptable, they actually will instantaneously turn themselves off if they do cause interference on the network. And again, you'll learn all about that in our certified installer program. And then all of our amplifiers also feature adjustable gain so that you can tune them to the installation at hand very precisely. And they're available in 50 or 75 ohm systems. And the reason for that is that the 50 ohm cable is a much lower loss cable, so in some of your larger, more industrial type installations or commercial type installations where you might be doing some longer cable runs, you'd probably prefer to use the 50 ohm system with the lower loss cable. Although I have to say with our new inline boosters, it's not as much of an issue anymore. So this is typically how a system looks when assembled. I mean, this is a basic connection diagram. This one would be adequate to cover about 10,000 square feet. Each of our panel antennas, when it has a proper signal being provided to it, is capable of covering about 5,000 square feet. And again, that will depend on the building that it's going into, the construction method of the building. If you've got concrete walls inside, you know, you may not get that much coverage area because the concrete is going to block it. The other one to watch out for is in some of the older homes when you have real plaster of Paris walls. They use a metal screen backing to hold that plaster up there, so those provide they block the signal very well, is what I'm trying to say. So you may need more antennas distributed in those types of buildings. So that's what a typical 10,000 square foot system would look like. And then this system would be, something up in the 50,000 square foot. And we've, as I mentioned earlier, we've done some even larger systems than this. But this is just to give you a rough idea of the task at hand. Basically showing you that you're simply running coax cable between the elements of the system, following the connection diagram, which our company is happy to provide for you. And I'll talk more about that too here in just an upcoming slide. So applications, you're wondering, well, where can I use this thing? Where can I sell this? Who is my potential customer? Well, a lot of different choices. We've deployed our systems and everything from small homes. Actually, let's start at the bottom of the graphic here, our M2M applications. We have little tiny boosters in every red box across the country. In many ticket machines, ATM machines, anything like that, anything that relies on a cell signal, security systems, things like that. Anything that relies on a cell signal for access to the internet or for control, our booster is a good fit for. Moving into homes, offices, schools, churches, convention centers. We've done them all. Our largest system to date is about 350,000 square feet. When you start getting up above that kind of square footage, you're really looking at more of a commercial DAS system, which is it's not one of the solutions that we currently provide. It's something that we're kind of considering getting into. We started out in this business doing primarily residential, and then grew into light commercial. So that's kind of the fit where we are right now. But there's a lot of money being left on the table right now by commercial integrators who don't really have a solution, don't know about a solution in that smaller space, that 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 square foot space. It doesn't make financial sense to put a DAS system in a square footage like that. You don't have the user density to support it. It's too expensive. So we provide a good solution in that environment. So let me tell you a little bit about Wilson Electronics too. We are an American manufacturer. We're located in St. George, Utah, so not too far away from Microcom's warehouse. We've been in business for about 40 years, a little over 40 years now. We've always manufactured communications products, starting with CB antennas back in the 70s and moving into satellite dishes, the big ones back when they first hit the market. We built two-way radios, ham radio equipment, various things like that. And then in about 1999, we got into the cell phone signal boosting business, and that's all we've done since. We've never looked back, and our business has been growing about 40% a year, year over year, just phenomenal growth, paralleling that same curve that you see on the projected growth in cellular. So we are the leader in the technology. We basically invented it. We hold multiple patents there, and our name is very well recognized in the industry. We have about 200 employees, and that's been growing. So actually, since this slide was put together, I would say we're probably up around 210, 215 right now. It seems like we're hiring new people, every week. Because we're based in the U.S., we have very high standards of manufacturing. We actually do our manufacturing in Utah. We're able to quickly respond if we do have a problem in our manufacturing system. Engineers don't have to go to China to see what's going on. And then all of our products undergo 100% testing before they go out the door, so our DOA rate is very, very low. We've got a fantastic warranty. We've got a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty on all of our parts and equipment. Anything fails within that 2-year time frame, return it to the manufacturer for a free replacement. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee that Wilson will support their distributors on. So if you have a customer that needs to return a product to you maybe decides not to install a system and you've already purchased the equipment, you can be confident that you can return it to your distributor, and we will back them up on that. So it's a good warranty. Also, we've got a tech support department based in southern Utah. We've got, gosh, I think it's 12 guys up there now who are very well trained in the product, very familiar with the installation of the product, and are able to assist you with any issues that might come up during an installation. And they can help an end user or a technician, either one. If you decide to participate in our Certified Installer program, you can actually get once you pass the Certified Installer test, you will receive a priority tech support phone number that will take you to the head of the queue. So if you're out in the field and you do run into an issue and you don't want to sit on hold for 20 minutes or whatever it could possibly be, you want to go right to the head of the queue because time is money for you. So we realize that, and that's why we created that support system. So it's a very good company, very focused on customer satisfaction, whether that be the integrator or the end user. Lots of support there for you and for your customers. And as I mentioned, we do have a Certified Installer program that's available for you. If you go to www.wilsonelectronics.com and check out our website, you'll find a tab under the Contact Us tab, and there's a link there that says Become a Certified Installer. It'll take you to this page that you're seeing now, and in the lower left-hand corner, you click there. It will take you to a webinar page just like this one, same company even. Where you'll have a drop-down menu. You can choose from the date and time that best fits your schedule. You can it's a free 2-hour webinar. We go through some very thorough and extensive training in regards to the product and prepare you for that test that I mentioned. The test is a 40-question test, not terribly difficult, but we do want to make sure that you understand the product before we send you out with it. Once you become certified, you'll have access to our Certified Installer Only product line, which is a set of amplifiers that are not sold online. They're not available through the Amazons or the eBays or the discount sites. The reason for that is to help you maintain your profit margin as an installer. You don't have to compete with the discount e-tailers for price for your services. Primarily what you're selling is your service, but you need to be able to make some decent profit on the parts that you install as well. The other thing that you'll get as a result of becoming a certified installer of our products is you'll be listed on our website. Your business will be listed on our website, searchable by zip code. So if you're an integrator in the LA Basin area there, somebody knows about our products but they don't want to install it themselves, they can go to our website under that tab that says Where to Buy, and there's a sub-tab that says Find a Certified Installer. They click there, pop in their zip code, and it will bring up their nearest installers to them. So again, the priority tech support I talked about, you'll get free referrals from us because we'll use that locator as well. People call us every day looking for installers. We'll use that same locator, and we will refer business your way that way. So it's a very synergistic approach. I really like it because it's kind of a two-way street. We want to sell more boosters, obviously, but the good thing is, when somebody calls you for a booster installation, now you have a relationship with that customer, and you can also pitch your other services to them as well. You may get a home theater installation out of it in addition to a cell phone signal booster. On the other hand, if you're out in a neighborhood working and let's say you're doing that home theater system for a customer, you notice that they have poor cell signal, you can offer them that solution. So it's a great two-way street. And installers nationwide and in Canada, it's been a very, very good fit. It's been working very well. So it's a good program. There's no cost to participate. A lot of great advantages for you to become a certified installer. And you can learn more. You know, you can call Microcom. They can tell you more about the products that they carry. They're set up with our full lineup of products, whether it be retail products or the more professionally oriented certified installer products. So they have access to our entire line. They can get you what you need, and I know they've got great prices and really good service. So that's about all I have, Jeff. Are you getting any questions there on your end?
Yeah, I got a couple of them come in so far. One of them was, how many times can you split off in that one slide of where you have it broken down? How many times can you keep splitting it, or at what point do you need to add more amplifiers? So if you're doing multiple floors, for example?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the number of splits that you can put into the system is really kind of dictated by how much cell signal you have available outside, because remember, this system is a repeater. It's taking the available signal that's outside, amplifying it, and then rebroadcasting it inside. So if you have a very, very weak signal outside, you might not be able to deploy or to cover as much area as you would if you had a stronger signal. That being said, as I said, that 350,000 square foot installation, if you divide 350,000 square feet by the number of antennas by 5,000 square feet, which is the rough number of square footage that an antenna will cover, that's what, 70 antennas, something like that. If I got that right.
And is there a rule of thumb on that as far as when you have to use an additional booster?
Yes, there is. So basically, and this is something that you'll learn in the certified installer training, but basically you want to calculate the output power of each inside antenna to be minus 20 or better, minus 20 dBm or better. And we show you, it's a very easy calculation. It's really just a process of addition and subtraction. And we'll teach you how to do that. So basically you can keep splitting that signal out as long as you can provide that minus 20 to each inside antenna.
Okay. Then another one here is there on the website a frequently asked questions page? So as opposed to going straight to the having to call in for tech support, is there a place that answers basic questions to begin with?
Yes, there is. We do have an FAQ page. We also have a tech support chat line that you can log into very easily. And then we've also got some Q&A stuff going on Facebook and Twitter as well. So all of those things are available from our website.
Okay. Anyone have anything else? We're just over the half-an-hour mark. We'd like to wrap up here. So anyone else has any other questions? Go ahead and hit those in now. Okay, I've not seen anything new. So Blake, I want to thank you very much. For those of you listening, any questions you guys have, you can contact your Microcom sales rep, or you can email sales@microcomtech.com, and we will get you set up. All righty? So once again, this broadcast was recorded. It will be on our YouTube page shortly, so you can refer back to this as well. Blake, thank you very much for your time, and everyone, thank you for attending.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody.